Hi, I'm Amanda Sharratt, Chief Operating Officer here at Whitaker-Myers Wealth Managers. Welcome back to our Question of the Week video. This week's question comes to us from Mac in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and his question is, what is the difference between a money market mutual fund and a money market account? This is a really good question because at first glance, those sound similar, right? But they are not. They're very different. So we will talk about what they are. First, I think it's important for you to understand what a mutual fund is. And maybe you know this already, and that's great. But having the heart of a teacher, I just want to back up and help you understand every part of what I'm going to explain. So I'm going to explain it just like Dave Ramsey does in Financial Peace University. And I'm going to use this cup. He uses a bowl or a container, I think. But I have a cup. And in Financial Peace, he says, for everybody in the front row, if you put money in here, so I'll put some money in. We'll put some in for you, maybe for my husband, and maybe for my daughter. So together we have mutually funded this, right? Together we put the money in and mutually funded it. So at its core, that's what a mutual fund is. Now, what you buy with this determines what kind of mutual fund this is. So keep that in mind when I'm talking about specifically what a money market fund is. I'm going to take this directly from Schwab's website, and they say a money market fund is a mutual fund that invests in short-term, high-quality securities. It's designed to provide high liquidity and generate current income with low risk. Money market funds do not seek to provide capital appreciation and are generally not suitable as long-term investments. So what we would tell you that last part means, what we would say about that is a money market mutual fund is likely good for you if you have a quote unquote extra emergency fund, meaning you just like having a larger emergency fund, but it's more than you need or want to have at your local bank. Or you're saving for a down payment for a house, or you have a sinking fund for home repairs or vacations or something like that, that you are not wanting that money to be invested, but you want to try to earn a little bit more on it while it's sitting there. So that's what we would recommend a money market mutual fund for. And the way that you would get that money market mutual fund, just tactically helping you understand that, is you would let your advisor know that you're interested in it, and they would open a brokerage account, which is just a non-retirement investment account. And then you could buy into that money market mutual fund that way. And so with the money market mutual fund that we use, it's Schwab's money market fund. And that fund's goal is to seek the highest current income consistent with stability of capital and liquidity. That fund pays the dividend on the 15th of every month, with the exception of December, and they pay on the last business day. And there's no minimum to buy into that fund. The yield as of the recording of this video is 4.9%. So if you have more questions about any of that, it would be really good for you to reach out to your advisor and they can talk you through it in more detail for your specific situation. So that's a money market mutual fund. That is different than a money market account. So a money market account, this is an account at your bank. Think of it similar to your savings account, but it usually pays a little bit higher interest rate than a regular savings account does. And it also requires a higher initial down payment, or not down payment, but deposit, and also a higher ongoing balance. I've seen that minimum as low as about $5,000 to as high as about $25,000, and it can go up from there. And usually what happens is they give you a range, and if your balance is within this range, they'll pay you this interest rate, and then as it goes up, as your balance goes up, your interest rate also goes up. So, but it's still a savings account, so it's not really, even though I say higher interest rate, it's not really super impressive. So you can usually go on to your bank or other banks in your area's website, and you can view what the rates are currently for their money market accounts. So again, it's very similar to your savings account, and it has those savings account rates, but the only difference, the main difference, is a lot of money market accounts have check writing privileges. So you can just get to your money a little bit easier than you can with a normal savings account. So I hope that makes sense and helps you to understand the difference between a money market mutual fund and a money market account. If you have any questions that our financial advisors can help you with, they would love the opportunity to sit down with you and talk through your questions. You can schedule a meeting with them using the link to their calendar down below. And if you have any questions for our financial coach about budgeting, paying off debt, any of those lifestyle money questions, she would love to help you with that. And you can also schedule a meeting with her using the link to her calendar below. Thank you.